Hi everyone and welcome to day 2 of the FND series. So today we are going to be going through what my symptoms are and how they affect me. So as I explained yesterday, FND has so many different symptoms and I just have a subset of those. I do have a large number of them, but I do not have all of them. So my symptoms are all around the movement side of things. So I get myoclonic spasms. So these are where you get big jerking movements in your muscles. For me, I get them in both of my legs. I also do get them in my arms and in my left shoulder. Now, I don't get them all the time. So those of you who watch my videos may not actually realise, but basically whenever I do any kind of activity, the more I do, the worse it gets. So that is one of the reasons why I use a wheelchair, because if I try to walk, then I get spasms in my legs pretty much immediately. And then if I push it even further and try and push through, I start to get the spasms in my arms and in my shoulder as well. So it's a gradual progression. Then number 2, I have tremors. So these are different from the myoclonic spasms because a tremor is where there is a continual shaking. Now I get that mainly in my hands, but I also get it sometimes in my legs as well. Again, this is to do with exertion, so the more I do, then the more it happens. The tremor doesn't really get more or less. It's kind of an on and off for me personally. So if I push it to a certain degree, I get a tremor. That's it. Third symptom. So linked to the myoclonic spasms, I do have what is referred to as an abnormal gait. So if I do try to walk, my legs lift up really high and my toes point down, and then when I go to put my foot down, it will slap down on the floor really quite hard. So I can only manage that for around a couple of meters without any assistance because it really affects my balance. However, with crutches, I can maybe manage around 10 meters if I'm having a good day. I still have this really abnormal gait though, regardless, and this is incredibly tiring. I will try, do I want to put myself through this? I will try and get a video of what my walking looks like for you, and I will put that in now. Okay, so symptom number 4. So fourth one I'm going to talk to you about is that I do have issues with weakness. This is a constant issue that I have in all 4 of my limbs, so my arms and my legs. However, it does get worse. It never gets better, but it can get worse to the point of what would be symptom number 5, which is paralysis. So I've only ever had paralysis happen down my left leg. I'm lucky on that side that that's only happened a handful of times for me. The worry with FND is the more you have that happen, the more likely it is that it can become permanent. So I have to be really careful that if I am getting particularly weak and I'm starting to lose feeling along with that, I need to slow down and stop and just rest, because otherwise it can cause a lot of problems for me. So symptom number 6. So symptom is one that I didn't know there was a name for. I just assumed it was part of my spasms. However, as I became more informed about my condition, I realised it was a separate thing. So this is called dystonia, and it is where your muscles get stuck in a specific position. For me, it is intermittent dystonia, so some people find that they, for instance, their foot will get stuck in a contracted position and it will stay there. For me, I tend to get dystonia when I have been doing a lot of movement, and then it will usually get stuck there for 5-10 minutes. If I continue to do whatever I was doing beforehand, it will stay for the remainder of whatever I'm doing. However, if I stop immediately, the dystonia can disappear, which is helpful. It's hard to get videos of that. Okay, so symptom number, I think we're on 7? I've probably lost count now. I think it's symptom number 7. So I do have some degree of speech issues. Unlike a lot of people who have speech issues with FND, I can still communicate very well. So some things that people can have is where they have an accent suddenly out of nowhere, or they can't talk at all, or they stutter a lot, or it can be that they have almost like outbursts of random words, like with Tourette's. For me, it is more of a word finding difficulty that I have, and I have to just work my way around that problem. It's incredibly frustrating, but the more I get stressed about it, the worse it is and the more words I lose. So it's just better for me to try and stay calm and work my way around it. I'm lucky that I have people around me that are very understanding, and they can tell when I've lost a word and they just tell me not to worry about it. But it can be quite hard if you know you want to say something in a sentence and you can't think of how to say it because you've just lost the words that you need to describe what you're talking about. So this is something called and now my mind's gone blank. We'll talk about that later. So there are a number of other symptoms that I have had to a mild degree that I've had only occasionally, and I don't feel that it's necessarily important to include them in this video, because for me those 7 are the 7 that affect me on a regular basis and I consider to be part of my FND. I hope today's video has been interesting for you all. I always say it's better to laugh at the symptoms than anything else. If you can't laugh about it, then it's just not worth it, okay? So, and I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do like and subscribe. We're on day 2 of my FND series. There's going to be a video every day this week, so keep on tuned in if you want to learn more, and hit the bell so that it reminds you when I upload. Yeah, thank you very much everyone. See you tomorrow.